Welcome all of you back. We are going to start with our next chapter, chapter number 4, Human-Centric Marketing for Brand Attraction. Now, in this, I'll be sharing my screen with you all, and what contains we are going to cover in this, we will see. Contains understanding humans using digital anthropology. We will be studying on building 6 attributes of human-centric brands. When brands become human, content marketing for brand curiosity, content is the new ad, and hashtag is the new tagline. We will be also discussing about step-by-step content marketing, what is the process involved in it, and how to make the content marketing very effective. And the last topic we will be discussing will be about creating conversations with the content. So let's begin with our topics. Understanding humans using digital anthropology. Now, anthropologists take a broad approach to understand various human aspects of human experience, which we call holism. They consider the past through archaeology to see how human groups lived hundreds and thousands of years ago and what was important to them that time. Now, human-centric marketing, we believe, still is the key to structured trademark attraction in the digital era, as trademarks with a human character will arguably the most recognized ones. The process starts by unlocking clients' deepest anxieties and desires. It requires definite listening and immersive research into what is known as digital anthropology. So once the human side of the customer has been uncovered, it is time for products to uncover their human side. Okay, so trademarks needs to demonstrate human attributes that can attract clientele and build human-to-human connections. So there are 4 common qualitative anthropological data collection methods which are used, and we will see each one of them, which are they. The first one is participative observation. In participative observation, there are 4 steps, right? Which are these 4 steps in participative in this digital anthropology? Participative observation, in-depth interviews, focus groups, and textual analysis. Now, participative observation. Digital anthropology discovers how humans interact with digital interfaces, how they behave in framework of technologies, and how technologies are being used by humans to network with one another. It can also be used to understand how individuals perceive brands in their digital communities and what attracts people to certain brands. What is it that only certain brands people are attracted? So several recognized methods that are currently being used by markets include social listening, ethnography, and empathetic research. Empathetic research, what does it involve? The human perspective and empathy in the research process. Okay, it involves that. Ethnography, I believe you all know, is a form of human-to-human connection in the market research process. The ethnographic method uses multiple data collection techniques, including the participant observation, then interviews, focus groups, and textual analysis to construct holistic and contextual view of the phenomena under study. Followed, anthropological inquiry combines information about people's thought gathered through interviews with information collected by observing their behavior and social interactions. Example I would like to give here is, if we consider a patient center medical home, a patient center medical home. This can include interviewing and observing doctors, nurses, the office managers, and the patients to explore the ways in which they experience and understand concepts such as care, coordination, the hygiene, and the different quality improvement techniques. So these are the things in participative observation. The goal of anthropological approach is a creditable interpretation of the data that is well described, provides valuable insights, and can be replicated. And it can be definitely replicated. So this is about participative observation. We come to the data collection methods. Data collection methods includes three types, that is social listening, ethnography, and empathetic research. When I talk about social listening is the positive process. It is the positive process of monitoring what is being said about a brand on the internet, particularly on the social media and online communities. It often involves social media, observing software to filter massive volumes of unstructured data from social conversations into usable client information. Big data analytics are often used for the purpose of social listening. Remember that. What is used? Big data analytics. And it is often used for the purpose of social listening. B, ethnography. Ethnography is what? Ethnography, it aims to study humans through immersions into their communities in an observative way. The key variance between ethnography and social listening is that ethnography often requires ethnographers to become deeply engaged as active participants in online communities. I repeat, the key variance between ethnography and social listening is that ethnography often requires the ethnographers to become deeply engaged as active participants in online communities. The ethnographers join the people, immerse themselves in the groups, associations, engage in conversations, and develop compassion towards peer members. Thus, ethnography itself is a form of human-to-human connection in the market research process. See, empathetic research. When I talk about empathetic research, what it involves? It involves the human perspective and empathy in the research process. Unlike social listening and ethnography, categorical research requires in-person observation, dialogues, brainstormings, and collaboration among researchers and the community members to synthesize relevant insights. Followed, to ensure wide-ranging and rich human perspective, the research process typically involves multidisciplinary, what you can say, team members. There are multidisciplinary team members in the process, such as who can be the members: psychologists, anthropologists, product designers, engineers, marketers. And these team members usually go out and mix themselves into client communities and observe their frustrations, they observe their satisfactions, they observe their surprises. So then these behavioral experiences which are gathered from these different team members are analyzed. They gather, have brainstorming sessions, analyze, and then come to conclusion. The insights produced this way usually lead to a new invention development, a new clientele experience, or a new trademark campaign that often makes clienteles delightfully surprised. That is included in empathetic research. Followed? So data collection method, it has social listening, it has ethnography, and it has empathetic research. Now we come to the next one. The next one is about building 6 attributes of human-centric brands. Okay, building 6 attributes of human-centric brands. Which are these 6 attributes? Understanding human side of customers through digital anthropology studies is the first important step for human-centric marketing. Which is the first important step to understand the digital anthropology? The following 6 attributes organize a complete human being, one who can typically become a role model. So when the trademark wants to inspire customers without overriding them, they must possess these 6 attributes. And which are these 6 attributes? Physicality, intellectuality, sociability, emotionality, personability, and morality. Okay, so first we will see what do you mean by physicality. If the model is in the ad, physicality we are talking about. If the model in the ad is beautiful, you feel like watching that. Physical attractions can also come from a compelling product design or a solid customer experience design. Consider Amul baby as an example, such a chirpy, cute, bubbly baby. So Amul baby as an example. Amul butter is well known to excel not only in the dairy product design, but also in its user interface design. Procter & Gamble, Hindustan Unilever products uses these famous models, to get their advertisements very, very famous. Next, we talk about intellectuality. Brands with strong intellectuality are innovative and have the ability to launch products and services with innovative ideas. They are always coming up with new creative, innovative ideas. The brands thus demonstrate their ability to effectively solve customer problems. Example, Amazon. The intellectuality of Amazon creates a strong trademark appeal, even though it does not advertise. Do you see advertisements on the TV of Amazon? No. Tupperware? No. You don't see, no. But they are extremely effective products. Without advertisement, these brands are, what you can say, very famous. So the intellectuality of Amazon creates a strong trademark appeal, even though it does not advertise. Major disruptive innovators such as Ola and AirAsia also demonstrate their intellectuality by coming up with services that connect customer and service providers. Major proponents of the so-called sharing economy, Ola and AirAsia, are viewed by customers as smart brands. They are viewed as smart brands. I come now to sociability. Sociability, products with strong sociability are not afraid of having dialogues with the customers, believe it. The products also engage their customers regularly through various communication medias. They share interesting content on social media that appeals their customers. They listen and participate with customers, solve their queries and grievances, give them solutions, right? In that, I can give you the example of Ramdev Baba. Ramdev Baba is doing so well in healthcare and cosmetic domain and is a good example of sociability. So that is what we call sociability. Fourth one, emotionality. When I talk about emotionality, brands that evoke emotions can drive positive actions. They connect with customers on an emotional level with touchy messages. They also connect through happy messages. Both messages, touchy messages and happy messages. Example, if we consider emotional ads, say of Samsung. Samsung's ad for its Good Vibes Good Vibes app for deaf and blind girl. You have seen that in the powerful ad. A deaf blind girl struggles to communicate with her parents. She is angry and frustrated, and her parents are powerless to help her. The parents eventually enroll their daughter in a school for the deaf blind, where she learns that lippy called Morse code. But still, her mom struggles to communicate as she does not fully comprehend the Morse code herself. One fateful day, someone hands the girl a phone with a special app that translates her Morse code message into a text that her mother can read. That her mother can read. So through Morse code, the girl texts her mother, "Mom, I miss you." And her mom texts back, "I love you," which is relayed to the daughter through a series of vibrations. How it is relayed to her daughter? Through a series of vibrations. And finally, mother and daughter can communicate with each other. So this marketing campaign had emotionally ripped across the customer base. So brand like Samsung has created a connect with customers on an emotional level with touchy messages. With touchy message. Now, some brands connect through happy message, through joy messages. How they can connect? Brands are finding ways to incorporate joy into their marketing efforts. It creates profound impact on the way people perceive their brands. And this concept is called joy marketing. Example I will give you. Here the example we can classically relate to is of McDonald's. McDonald's relaunched its campaign. I'm loving it with a twist. I'm loving it with a twist. While their original campaign asked people to talk about their happy moments in McD, the new campaign actually created memories, taking shape over the course of one day. McD sets out to bring moments of joy to 24 cities across the globe. As a result, people associated feelings of happiness with the McD's brand, creating an emotional connection built with joy and happiness. Followed the emotionality part of it. The next one, personability. People with strong personality have self-awareness. They are conscious of what they are good at, and they also admit what they still want to learn. They show self-confidence, leadership traits. Similarly, products with strong personality knows exactly what they stand for, and also they are not afraid to admit their flaws. Mr. Jyotindra Zavre, a well-known person in social marketing domains, started scientific meditation channel on YouTube for social connectivity. Domino's Pizza is another example, which made a brave move in 2010 to admit that pizzas were not compelling in an advertisement. So Domino's widely shared buyers' feedback about their pizzas, and people admire their authenticity over it. Yes. That is personality. When I talk about morality, morality is about being principled and having honesty. Morality is about being principled and having honesty. Similarly, products with a strong morality are value-driven. How they are? They are value-driven. The trademark ensures that appropriate ethical consideration become a key part of all business decisions. In fact, some brands put moral business models as their fundamental distinction. To put this another way, ethical marketing isn't a strategy, it is a philosophy. It does not require a strategy, it requires philosophy. It includes everything from ensuring advertisements, whether they are honest and trustworthy, to building strong relationship with consumers through a set of shared values. So companies with a focus on ethical marketing evaluate their decisions from a business perspective. That is whether a particular marketing initiative will deliver the desired return or no, as well as moral perspective, whether a decision is right or morally sound. Example here I can give, in a society where girls are sometimes considered physically weak and thought they are supposed to do work requiring physical strength. They are not supposed to do the work requiring the physical strength. It's a wonderful advertisement which Horlicks has displayed. It's not the thing. Girls are very strong. You have seen that ad? I would like to show you, but I don't have that clip right now. So I can just share it by talking with you. Horlicks came up with this advertisement in which a girl changed the tire of a car. You can see it on the net. When she, her mother, and her younger sister were stuck on a lonely road at night as their car got punctured. Initially, her mother was worried about how she will take both her daughters safely home because mother was driving the car. But her older daughter shocked her when she started changing the tire. They completed the task and showed that women are strong enough to do any task. Again, I will mention that those brands which try to give a social value through their advertisement are the one which deserves to be called examples of ethical advertisements in India. Followed? So these are the 6 aspects we learned about, 6 attributes we learned about human-centric brands, and they were physicality, they were intellectuality, they were sociability, emotionality, personality, and morality. I hope I'm clear, very clear with all the 6 attributes of human-centric brands. Now we will come to when brand becomes human. Now we are living in an era that increasingly possesses new challenges. But above all, an era that possesses great opportunities surrounding connectivity and digitalization hand in hand with technologies such as IoT, big data, cloud computing, AI, 3D printing, robotics, many, many more. So the reality of this new era is that habits of consumers have changed and brands are now focusing on digital media for the design of their strategy with an advertising impact that has grown exponentially. The evolution of marketing, which has gone from focusing on the product, understand this, the evolution of marketing, which has gone from focusing on the product, that is marketing 1.0, to the consumer marketing, to the consumer, which is marketing 2.0. Then there are emotions, which is marketing 3.0. And now the 4th one, marketing 4.0. Brands needs to be more human, more transparent and coherent in order to relate to their clients as equals, show greater commitment and offer innovative products and services more adapted to the real needs of each one. Followed? So it is important to have authenticity as it constitutes the most valuable asset of a company, which must also provide consistency in all its channels and omni-channel with unification in its objectives and strategies. With unification in its objectives and strategies. So that is about when brand becomes human. Now, go to the next one. Big data. Big data and data science will be the new tools of competitive intelligence. In that, what is it? Big data, which I told you, IoT, big data, cloud computing. These are the new tools of the competitive intelligence, more powerful than the traditional focus groups. in order to discover and anticipate the latest needs in the market. Follow? The latest needs in the market. To adapt to the new reality of listening to clients, responding to their queries, giving them solutions, and exceed expectations, online channels must mix with the offline channels. I believe you all agree. The ultimate goal of marketing 4.0 goes from capturing, where it goes from capturing the attention of consumers to being the fans of the brand. In short, marketing 4.0 must focus on the human beings and they must build authentic brands. Followed? With their strengths and weaknesses, that consumer can forgive them as long as they are sincere. They recognize failures, apologize to the public, and work to improve the experience of the customer, which I gave you the example, they did, and become the part of the lifestyle of their customers. And this implies the understanding of the human being that facilitates digital anthropology at this time. Follow it? So this was all about it. We will go to the next one. Content marketing for brand curiosity. The next one is content marketing for brand curiosity. Now, content marketing is also considered to be another form of product journalism and trademark publishing that creates deeper communications, deeper connections between products and clienteles. Content marketing is a marketing approach that encompasses creating, distributing and augmenting content that is interesting, relevant, and valuable to a clearly defined audience group in order to create discussions about the content. So content marketing shifts the role of marketers from trademarks, promoters to storytellers. You follow? Content marketing has been the buzzword in recent years and is being touted as the future of the advertising in the digital economy. So what is it about? It is about the marketing approach that encompasses creating, distributing, and augmenting the content that is interesting, that is relevant and valuable to a clearly defined set of audience in order to create discussions about the content. So content marketing shifts the role of marketers from trademark promoters to storytellers. So there are different sets in that. Personalization, if we come to personalization, is what I can say, there are growing number of customers who expect to have personalized customer experiences that reflect their personal needs, attitudes, and situations. So customers want to be treated as individuals. How they want to be treated as? They want to be treated as individuals. Customers wants to be treated as individuals and want to feel they belong to a group. This is called a need for inclusive individuality. What it is called? The need for inclusive individuality. They look for the feelings of independent and interdependence at the same time. They look for both the feelings, independent also and interdependence also at the same time. They do not wish to be left out of the community. So marketers are capable of creating personalized contents that are relevant to each customer. And on the other hand, customers, what do they enjoy? They enjoy the privilege. They enjoy the privilege on individualizing their experiences and then share it with the communities they belong to, regardless of geographical locations. So even if I am in India, I can share my feelings to any other place, to Gujarat or even to London. So digital technology helps content marketers to have the ability to fulfill their needs for inclusive individuality by creating personalized contents. This is about personalization. Now, when I talk about the next one, emotions. An article or a video posted by a company is considered successful if the number of clicks and shares are high. Agreed? So it is discovered that two factors determine the success of an article. Which are these two factors? First of all, it is about how positive your message is. Is your message very positive? Positive message has a higher possibility to go viral compared to the negative one. The second key is emotion behind the message. First is about the positive message, and the second key is emotion behind the message. There is a higher chance that customers will act upon the content when the emotion is more strongly displayed. For example, people are more likely to share articles that anger them than those that disappoint them. We come to the next approach, diversification approach. When I talk about the diversification of, sometimes marketers might be running out of ideas. Our customers are bored of the same voice. It happens, no? If I'm posting the same thing again and again, or if I'm, no creativity, will not chase my blog. If the same marketer constantly posts similar style of information format, customers may get disinterested and eventually disengage themselves from the brand. So there are a lot of substitutes in the market. In addition, customers in like attractive brands and fresh contents. So firms are advised to hire creative journalists or editors who can create interesting stories and deliver contents in refreshing manner. So content marketers can provide the main topic ideas and allow the journalists to write publicity material freely. Diversification approach also is very, very important. We come to the next one. Next one is co-creation. Now, what do you mean by co-creation? Digital technology enable online users with similar interests to build their own communities globally and exchange ideas on goods and services. Second area is that firms encourage customers. What do? The firms encourage customers to participate in business operations because they want better understanding towards customers and create a sense of belongingness in them. So some companies have taken this opportunity to create or to get customers participate and turn them into partners and co-developers. See what ideas they are using. And the third interesting emphasis within the marketing thinking on the exchange of intangibles has changed. The focus from the act of purchase to usage, where it has come from purchase to usage. This concept unites marketers and consumers, meaning that organizations can reach to the consumers and customers and can take part in brand operations. So collaboration and co-creation is the logic of brand and branding as it creates trust in consumers and retain them. It creates a lot of trust. It creates faith in the consumers, and because of which the customers are retained back. Coming to the next one, ethical and honesty. Sometimes the paid and owned media are not enough to attract customers, and audiences may be unresponsive to a hard sell. So push marketing irritates customers because it forces them to receive information. On the other hand, they favor pull marketing for instant content marketing. Marketers create attractive contents, publish them on various platforms, while customers have the freedom to choose, to search and read. It is not pushing on them, it is like pulling them. So the content marketer should never trick people to get their attention. It is about ethical and honesty. Moving to the next one. Content is the new ad. Hashtag is the new tagline. Content is the new ad and hashtag is the new tagline. A study by the Content Marketing Institute and marketing professionals revealed that 76% of business to customers companies and 88% of B2B companies, that is business to business companies in North America, used content marketing in 2016. So content marketing has been a catchphrase in recent years, and it is being predicted as the future of advertising in the digital economy. Okay, so internet connectivity has brought transparency that allows customers to converse and discover the truths about the brand. So they prefer asking their friends, they prefer asking their family members for honest opinions about the brands. So marketers have become very creative in delivering complex information through advertisements without overwhelming the customers, giving them the desired space and time they can afford in paid media. But the fact is that customers are changing their loyalty towards brands very quickly. The young groups, they don't care. They don't like it, they change the brand as they find brands' value propositions irrelevant and dismissible. The key role of marketers is to convey the value schemes offered by their brands. What is the key role of the customers? The key role of the marketers is to convey the value schemes offered by the brands. So social media here has changed the entire face. In the past, customers used to listen attentively to the content broadcast by outdated media, including advertisements. They simply had no choice, right? So social media has changed all of that now, and customers have an abundance of user-generated content that they find more creditable and significantly more interesting than that form of traditional media. So what makes social media content attractive? What makes social media content attractive is that it is voluntary and accessed on demand. It is voluntary and accessed on demand, which means clients choose to consume the content whenever and wherever they want. Whenever and wherever they want. Next, advertisement is dismissible if the viewer does not like it. We call it skippable words 5-second challenge. What we call it? Skippable words 5-second challenge. If the brands or advertisers fail to attract attention during the first 5 seconds, they cannot complain if customers choose to overlook the rest of their content. Follow how important it is. At the time of your interviews, when you go, you have a few minutes to show your face in the window and tell that I am the best. Otherwise, your job is gone. Right? When your introduction happens, it has to be so effective that the interviewer should like you. That's the same thing happens. If the brands or advertisers fails to attract attention during the first 5 seconds, they cannot complain if customers choose to overlook the rest of their content. The fact that the videos that are most watched and the channels that are most promised on YouTube are user generated content and not always the brand content. So it is important that the brand should speak for itself. Despite all this, marketers recognize the value of social media. In fact, it gives marketers the opportunity to leapfrog over traditional media intermediaries and communicate directly to the customers. So these two ways conversation with the customers are often more effective as well as more cost effective also. Not only effective, but cost effective also. So this leads companies to become their own marketing communication media and reduce their dependency on traditional media. Follow? So the problem, however, is that marketers often see content marketing as another form of advertising and social media as other forms of broadcast media. Some marketers simply shift their advertisements to social media without significantly reinventing their contents. So they see content as the longer versions of advertisements. They see the content as the longer versions of advertisements. So content is indeed the new advertisement, but the two are totally different. The two are totally different. An advertisement contains the information that brand wants to transfer to help sell their products and services. And content, on the other hand, contains information customers want to use to achieve their personal and or professional objectives. You follow the difference? An advertisement contains the information that brand wants to transfer to sell their products, sell their services, and content, on the other hand, contains information customer wants to use to achieve their personal and professional objectives. Ultimately, it is the customer's definition that counts. So in order to engage with clientele consistently, sometimes marketers needs to create content that might not directly contribute to their brand equity or improve their sales number, but is valuable to the customers. So many times it happens that the value for the customer should be there. Even if there is no sale, the brand should, the awareness should be increased. An example of this is Hipmunk's content marketing strategy. One company in a particular that hoteliers should model their programs around is Hipmunk, which has wholly adopted the marketing tool to engage its target audiences, acquire quality web traffic, and keep going, and keep people using its services. You can check on the site also. It is into travels, it is into hoteling. So one of the keys to a successful content marketing strategy of this company is producing and releasing relevant content on a regular basis. What is it? In June, Hipmunk posted 70 pieces of content over 30 days for an average of 2.3 posts a day. So hoteliers looking to mimic Hipmunk's strategy should start by building a plan to release content on a consistent basis. Everything requires consistency. So the key is not just content, but quality content, thus increasing the likelihood of attracting new guests, converting interested guests, and captivating current guests. You will boost return traffic. If you produce a stellar piece of content, visitors who might have just visited your site once are more likely to return again. So just make sure you have a way to capture these visitors, such as an email newsletter, sign up, or a blog subscription button, or something like that. So that's how it is about Hipmunk. And again, I would like to mention in Hipmunk is style and substance. A significant portion of Hipmunk's content marketing success can also be attributed to the way it accurately, caters to its audience wants and desires. So hoteliers should pay attention to this Hipmunk's contents, formatting and styling, along with its substance. According to a 2013 study, the average human attention span is just 8 seconds. And furthermore, people are increasingly accessing the net through mobile devices, and all this amounts to a shorter amount of time spent on page. So anyone producing content has just few seconds to capture a reader's attention. Otherwise, they are gone, looking for the next one. So how does Hipmunk in this keep people attention? The company articles are typically written in what is known as listicle style. Listicle style, you all know, na? An article consisting of a series of items presented as a list. So they do their writing typically in that listicle style, beefed up lists that contain images, subheads, and short paragraphs, making the article easy to scan. So Hipmunk produces content that is generally in 600 to 700 words range. And as content marketing grows in popularity, it's important for hoteliers to have a plan to create content that not only helps them move customers along the conversion funnel, but also supports their SEO, that is search engine optimization efforts. Using Hipmunk as an example, smart hoteliers can create a scalable content plan that will put them at the forefront of the industry. This is the fantastic example I have given you of Hipmunk. You can go on the site and you can check it if you wish. And there are many more examples you can give. So this is one of the example which I related to you when it comes to content marketing. Now we will go to the next one. And what is it? Hashtag. A hashtag is any word or a phrase immediately preceded by the symbol hash. When you click on a hashtag, you'll see tweets containing the same keyword or topic. It was created by Twitter users as a way to categorize messages, right? So a hashtag typically consists of string of characters, possibly including, numerical digits preceded by pound symbol hash. This combination serves as a label for the message itself and is linked to a search for those characters, which allows the retrieval of all tweets dealing with the label topics by making it easier for users to find tweets related to specific subjects. The users can find it very easily, their tweets related to the subjects. So the hashtag has developed into a community building linguistic activity, fostering the creation of communities of people interested in the same content. So in fact, hashtags are no longer simply used as a categorization method, but they are specifically created by individuals and onliners users to comment. Moreover, they are created by several social media experts, educationists, institutions and major companies from all around the world to bring in more followers and keep all of them involved in it. That is about the hashtag. That is about the hashtag. Now we come to the next one, which is step-by-step content marketing. And I think we will cover this topic in our next lecture, which is step-by-step content marketing. And it is also big steps, believe me. There are many steps in this, and we need to do it rather in the detailing of it. It has 8 steps, and we will see all these 8 steps in detail in our next session. So let's end over here. Thank you very much.